Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the questions as doctors we like our patient to ask us the most. Ben, do you want to start off on this topic?
I think the question I like to be asked the most is when a patient comes in and says, "Can you go through all my medications with me? Do I need to be on all these, or can I stop some of these medications or potentially all of them?" So, what we do is we go medication by medication. I walk through with them why they're on it, what it is, what it does, and I try to see if there are any interactions with the other medications, and we go one by one to see if we can begin to lower them. Now, the reason I like this is because it means you've taken the initiative, you've taken your health into your own hands, so much so that you're trying to peel down and get to kind of get off the medications and also work on lifestyle changes because that comes hand in hand. So I really like that question. It just means that somebody's going in the right direction and it makes me very optimistic.
That's so true. It opens up the whole collaboration between the patient and the doctor, which I've talked about before, which I'm a big fan of. And it is patients being their own advocate. And it is really trying to get patients off medications where these people have been on medications for so long. And I think that's really helpful as a doctor as well. When patients are actually bringing in their medications, and you can go bottle to bottle with them and check and eliminate some. And I think that's a great question.
Okay, gentlemen, I will go next with the question that I like being asked the most. And that is, are there any natural ways to reverse my illness? When I hear that, my goodness, it is like music to my ears when a patient asks me. And I have to say, it's becoming more and more common. People are frustrated with the healthcare system. They're being bankrupted with medications. They sense that something is wrong with the advice that they are being given. And they know damn well that there are conflicts of interest out there with the medical industrial complex. So I'm getting so many people, whether we're talking about in the hospital heart conditions, recovery from infection, whether we're talking about GI complaints, neurological complaints, people will say, is there anything natural I can do? And I'm very happy to sit down with them and go over the checklist of holistic, natural living, the pillars of well-being, working on an anti-inflammatory diet, cut out those processed foods, sugars, refined carbohydrates, moving more, strength training, working on stress, sleep, staying hydrated, hitting on all of the right pillars of well-being. And those conversations really make what I do worth it. When a patient and family often will ask me that, and I think it comes from a sincere place. And of course, these things are obviously easier said than done, but many times people are genuinely interested. And I've heard feedback afterwards that they have thoroughly enjoyed the conversation on how to level up their metabolic health, reduce inflammation naturally, and lower disease risk.
So true. That's very gratifying. My question really plays off yours, Neil. And I do really love when patients ask, especially in the middle or towards the end, where they're like, is there anything else I can do? Meaning the patient's asking if they can change anything else besides what we just talked about. And I love that topic. It just brings up, again, the whole collaborative visit where there's certain things you can control and certain things you can. And that just opens up the whole topic of just diet and really just empowering patients on how they can change things. I think if you feel empowered to change things, you'll motivate to change it, right? And I think that it's really, the willpower. I think people often underestimate their willpower, and people can actually make really significant changes. They just need the right coaching to do so. Thank you, everyone, so much for listening on this topic. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Please make sure that you comment below on ideas that you have or any other problems that you think that we should talk about in the future. Make sure you please check below for our link to our natural well-being store. Thank you again, and we hope to see you soon.